Monday, March 4th, 2024.
Hey guys, it's Donovan.
And Peter.
Welcome back to SciTech News. Now it's time for, you guessed, your regularly scheduled announcements.
Sign up for the SciTech Blood Drive taking place on March 14th. If you sign up, you'll be gifted free solar eclipse glasses and entered into a raffle for a chance to win $5,000 gift card.
If you have any plastic bottles that you don't need, make sure you send them to Mr. Gallagher's room to help the students with an art project. There will be a bin outside his room.
Stand Together is holding an event named Take a Seat, Make a Friend on March 7th and 8th during high school lunch and activity period. This event is to support and build relationships with people you may not know. This event will be held in a museum and anyone is invited to attend with no sign-up required. Students who attend will be entered in a raffle to win a $10 Chipotle gift card. Other candy prizes will be provided. Thank you and have a great day.
The Junior Class Council will be hosting March Madness basketball game on March 13th in the SciTech Gym. It costs $1 to watch and $2 to play. Hope to see you there.
FSU is once again taking nominations for SciTech's Woman of the Week. If there is a staff member that you'd like to nominate, you can do it at this tiny URL. You can also find this link in our link tree. The FSU will also be hosting a pink out on March 13th, so get your pink shirts ready now.
If you're a rising 9th through 12th grader and you're interested in joining SciTech's ball hockey team, please fill out the interest form, which you can find at our link tree. The season starts September 8th.
The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society team for our school, the Hope Helpers, will be selling bracelets for $2 a piece and to raise money for their cancer patients and their families from now until March 22nd. They will be sold during lunch or just throughout the day.
Now here's our FSU interviews.
Good morning. Can you please introduce yourself and how long you've been here at SciTech?
Hi, I am Miss Whalen, and this is only my second year at SciTech.
Sure. I'm Julie Lazaro. This is my 13th year at SciTech.
So, Miss Whalen, you have been selected for the Woman of the Week for the second week of March. It's an award that the Feminist Student Union awards to staff members weekly based on student nominations throughout March, which happens to be International Women's Month. So we're just going to ask you a few questions about what it's like to be a teacher here at SciTech and your past experiences as a student.
Perfect. I'm honored. Thank you all so much.
Okay, so why did you become a history teacher?
I became a history teacher because I always felt like I had my strongest relationships with my own history teachers, and even though they were mostly all men, I feel like they really pushed me to pursue this field in a way that they hadn't seen or they weren't seeing in their own school. So a lot of teachers who are history teachers, I'm only 31, but most of my history teachers were coaches. So to have a teacher that wasn't pursuing a history teaching job to be a coach was something that they hadn't seen and something I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you become a math teacher?
So I started out, I thought I wanted to be an actuary, so I majored in math, and then I realized I need to talk a lot, lots of talking. So then I thought I did a summer program, which it's now called Breakthrough, but it was Summer Bridge Pittsburgh at the time, so I was able to teach through that program the summer between my sophomore and junior year. And so I realized this is what I want to do. I want to interact with other humans, interact with students. I learned a lot from the experience, and so that's when I decided to make the change. So I finished out as a math major, and then I went to Pitt for a year to get my teaching certification. I'm really glad that I did.
So why did you choose to work here at SciTech?
So I think everybody in the district knows SciTech's reputation as being just a pillar of great academics, great students, great networks that we have here, and I wanted to be a part of that. So when the job came available, I reached out to Dr. McNeil and introduced myself, and then I interviewed, and now I'm here.
We're glad to have you.
So when I was at Pitt, my student teaching was at UPrep, and so when I was at UPrep, the SciTech position opened up, and I thought okay, it's a job, let's do it. But I'm really, really glad that it worked out as it did, because we have the best students, and I have the best coworkers in the whole wide world, so I'm grateful for that.
So what is one of the hardest parts of being a teacher?
I feel like the hardest part is definitely boundaries. So knowing that if you don't have a boundary, you could work on schoolwork, classwork, grading, every night after school, every weekend, all weekend long, and still never feel like you're done. So I feel like for me, in my younger time in my career, I really struggled to get boundaries with teaching.
Just not having enough time to do all the things. So like obviously like I'm a math teacher, so I am to teach the math, so that's important. But what obviously is like more important to me is building the relationships and like building a classroom where students like want to do things, right? So having time for the relationship stuff and the math and kind of like some of the problem solving stuff that isn't in the Algebra 2 curriculum, like just having time for all of the things and have time to like focus on Black history even when it's not February, women's history even when it's not March, like all the different things that I want to do that I feel like are just as important as the Algebra 2 curriculum. Like it's hard to have time for all of it. So that's, I think, one of my biggest challenges this year.
So on the topic of these struggles, what were some struggles you experienced when pursuing your post-secondary education?
Well, I didn't originally go to be a teacher, so I started off as a history major with the intent to go to law school, but I really suffered from burnout in high school, and I did not feel like I had it in me to pursue a law degree. So I was looking at alternate pathways and talked to some former teachers, and they thought that it would be a great fit for me.
So I never got math super quickly. Like I had to always go to office hours. Like even in high school, I'd have to go to all the extra help sessions. In college, I'd have to go to all the extra office hours. And like I often felt like, am I actually going to make it through as a math major? And so that was, I think, a challenge for me. So I was really grateful I found like a really good professor who kind of like helped me and encouraged me, and I'm grateful for that.
And finally, what is one piece of advice you would give to students that are or in leaving high school?
You don't have to have it all figured out. I feel like that lie that you have to have it all figured out when you're 18 before you leave here harms a lot of kids, and I feel like it harmed me, and I don't want to continue that narrative.
Okay, so for this one, I think like do not be afraid when things are like don't feel great to reach out to somebody, whether it's a friend, a trusted adult, a therapist. If you aren't sure where to find a therapist, like reach out to somebody to help you. That's something I learned way too late. So I hope for all of you, like life is a lot, you're all also like a lot smarter, I feel like, than I was in my generation. I feel like you're more open to asking for help. And so that would be my advice, like don't ever be ashamed to reach out and say like, hey, like I need something, like can you talk me through something, or can you help me find someone who will?
Well, thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now it's time for our weather report, which is of course always 100% accurate. Today is looking like a high of 71 and a low of 50. Today is supposed to be cloudy with a 0% chance of rain. That's it for our weather report.
To recap today's interlude, water bottles, stand together, basketball, FSU, ball hockey, glow dance, visit our Linktree, follow Instagram, and good luck on your SATs.
Finally, we have our quote of the day. Kick it, Sax man. Jack Black.
That's it for today's episode. Thanks for watching SciTech News. And as always, bye everyone!
Thanks for watching. All links in description.